So what I'm going to be showing you up here is a PowerPoint created by my daughter in 2016. She created what was called Thermokinetic. It's a color-changing paint. So this was her business plan. This is just an example of something you can do. It does not have to be exactly like this. It doesn't even have to be a PowerPoint. We just wanted to give you a place to start. So here we go. This is Thermokinetic. So her business profile was Thermokinetic. That's her last name. That's how she came up with it. Thermochromatic paint. She wanted to manufacture and sell the paint, and she wanted to be the sole proprietor, the sole owner of this company. Her business goals, she came up with short-term and long-term goals. So her short-term goals were to work with the community and arts programs in the Grand Valley, to introduce the TK brand while raising money for art initiatives. She has a passion for art and for kids, so she wanted to make sure the arts weren't cut. Additionally, she wanted to raise money for nonprofits to benefit a wide range of students. Her long-term goals were to diversify the brand into other innovative areas for products, service and environment, and community awareness. She wanted to take her brand all the way to Shark Tank. She didn't quite get that far, but she did do well. If you're looking at your business template, you should see that she did complete the first step. So number 1 says the executive summary. It appears first. She didn't write it till the very end because she had to know what she was doing before she could tell people what to summarize, right? So it has the key elements of her plan and what she wanted to accomplish. She looked at her competition. So her competitors, she wanted to see the price, location, and quality. She looked at Behr paint. It was $38.48. It was at large retail stores, had average quality. And she looked at something called Turn Thermo that's available online for $16.95, but fairly low quality. So she felt that her advantage was being overall better quality product, and it was an acrylic paint. Again, go back to your business template, and you can see she jumped down to number 4. She was doing a competitive analysis where she was looking at her direct and indirect competitors. Direct being the thermo paint that already existed, and indirect being the Behr paint that's available at large retail stores. And then she also looked at what made hers better, and she just felt like her overall quality was better. But you'll also notice that she didn't do step B, which is how is she going to overcome those entry barriers? How is she going to get into the market? She never addressed those. And that's really what we want to talk to you about, is that we want to make sure that you hit the big bullets, and the little ones inside, at least have one, but you don't have to hit them all. Moving on, her market analysis. Her target market was mainly here in the Grand Valley. She wanted to market to artists and interior painters in Grand Junction. But she also felt like on a broader scope that this would be perfect for anybody who is artsy or creative. Again, go back to your template, and you can see she went backwards and she talked about her market analysis. Her primary target, where was she going to sell it and to whom? So she talked about selling it to Grand Junction, that's her geographic location, and then her demographic were painters and interior painters. But again, you can see she did not hit how the needs of these two people were being met with her product, and she really didn't talk about any prediction of the purchase of her product. Her marketing plan, she looked at a price. So again, her product she wanted to sell for $17. The place she wanted to sell them was online in the local stores. And then what her product was, color-changing paint. Her promotion plan was to use advertising. She really was looking at social media. And she also wanted to get out in the community and do some service projects. Again, her type of person she was marketing to were people here in the Grand Valley, mostly artists, and then some interior painters. She broke down how much it would cost for 1 unit, so she had to define what was a unit of her Thermokinetic paint. So she said that was 16 ounces of paint. She was going to sell it for $17. The labor cost for this, she came to a conclusion that was $8.23. It took her about half an hour to make one 16-ounce unit. Her labor cost was $4.11. The cost of her supplies was $5.53. Her total COGS, or cost of gross sales, was $9.64, leaving her a gross profit of $7.36 per unit. So again, there's a lot of math going on here. She did the research behind all of this. She just didn't pick it out of thin air. So she looked at how much paint costs, how much people were buying them for, so on and so forth. Again, go back to your business template and you can see that she's in step 5 now for sales and marketing. So she had a sales strategy. She also had a pricing plan, but she didn't really go into detail on her advertising campaign or her promotion activities. She talked about them briefly, but no detail was given, and not really any benefits of how this product could help the community. Her monthly sales projections for 2016 is that she didn't figure she was going to sell very many her first 2 months because it was just getting started. She had to raise awareness for the product. She hoped through going to the market, she would start to pick up a little bit, and you can see she's averaging around 30 per month. So again, we're going to go to number 3 in your business plan template. And she did a market analysis. We talked about these 2 already where we're looking at location and demographics, but now she's actually given that prediction of purchase for her product. Cost of supplies. Again, we've already defined the unit. She knew she was going to have to package that, especially if she's sending it outside of Grand Junction, how much the powder would cost, and then the acrylic paint. So she found for 50 units, it was going to cost her roughly $292. She also looked at her monthly operating costs because it wasn't just making the paint. She had to have a cell phone service in order to take orders, an internet and a website if she was looking at social media, and then again the paint and the powder. That gave her total fixed costs at $108. Variable costs she estimated at $565, and again she did the research behind all these numbers to see where they were coming from, and then a final total operating cost of $114.40 every month. She took all of that into account and looked at her monthly profits and then her yearly profits. So for a month, if all went well for her, she took everything that you've seen on the previous slides and came up, she also included taxes and all that fun stuff, with a net profit of about $60. Over the course of the year, that came to about $719.10. Her startup investment, she looked at what she needed. So design materials included the labeling that she wanted to use. There was a person that she was going to talk to about that for $75. This was a business loan, how much her materials would cost, so how packaging, the paint, the powder, all that good stuff, where she was getting them and how much it cost. And then she also wanted to make some flyers and business cards for herself. She needed money. So at this time, she had $200 in savings. That was her own equity. Her dad and I gifted her $100 for the program. And then she did go to a panel of investors where she was asking for $1,200. So again, back to your template, this hits the last 2 biggies on your template, and that's your operating plan and your financial plan. So she talked about the equipment she would need. She talked about inventory, the suppliers, and the process of getting her business started. She didn't really talk about employees or where she was doing this. In her financial plan, what were her funding requirements? What did she have? What did she need? Her balance sheet and her income sheet, and then how the cash was coming in and out of the business. This was the end of her slide. She tagged it Thermokinetic. It's not just paint. As you can see, at the end of our slide, if we go back to your business plan, that she didn't really have number 2 embedded into the PowerPoint. The business overview really wasn't there for us. She didn't talk about industry, trends, the players, or the place. She did have a lot of estimated sales within the plan, but they were kind of in multiple locations, not in just one strict location. So again, what we're looking for is that you hit the big topics and you choose one of the bullets. Sometimes they'll fall out for you that you have more than one. Sometimes you might just hit the one. Again, this is just an example to get you started. If you have any questions, please contact me or Ms. Peterson so we can help you through this.